Hello, and welcome to Jason Cavness Experience. I'm your host, Jason Cavness. I'm also CEO and founder of Cavness HR. At Cavness HR, we deliver HR to companies before and for your people. At Cavness HR, we're hosting Cavness HR Seattle's Got Tech on July 30th as part of Seattle Tech Week. And one of those companies demoing is here with us today, Bridge Jackson, and she's actually the very first company that applied. And I was joking beforehand, like, even her company was a crap company, she's going to get in because, like, the first one to apply, but she has a great company, and we're going to talk about that. So, Bridge, I always try to talk with a little softball question. And can you talk about either like what you do for fun, your hobbies, or how you take care of yourself?
Yes, so what I normally like to do for fun, try to get out and do some hiking if possible. That wasn't my original thing to hike, but when I moved out from Florida, I was like, okay, this might be pretty cool. Other than that, just really spending time with the family. I think spending time with the kids, my partner, that's my highlight.
Isn't it like everyone in Seattle says hiking, right? It's like I bet no one in Philly says I'm going hiking, right? No one says it's like such a Seattle thing, right?
Yeah, that's just a Seattle thing. Like before I came over here, like I grew up in the East Coast, up top, Northeast. Lived in Florida, and then I came out here. I was like, oh, okay, big mountains.
And so I saw this on social media a long time ago, where like this guy who was like, he said like, I just moved here from somewhere else, right? He said I don't get these Seattle females, right? So I asked a lady to go on a date. She said yes. I said, well, you want to go here? She said, oh no, no. We got to go somewhere, play public, right? We can be seen. Okay, no problem. And the date was okay. And he said, you want to do a second date? He said, yeah. Let's go hiking tomorrow. Like what?
Okay.
Like what? You don't want to go hike in the middle of the mountain with no one, just me and you? Like you just said like yeah, but it's like the hiking thing.
That's like the go-to, I guess, when you come out here compared to anything else. But there's other cool stuff. But
do you have like any favorite hiking trails or?
I went to one in North Bend. I think it was like Cedar Butte Trail.
Mm-hmm.
That one was really cool. Not too much. I'm a chubby girl, so I'm not trying to like do those long hikes, but it was good. Got to the top, got to see some cool stuff. So.
Yeah, when it's nice here, it's nice, right?
Yeah.
But when it's not, it's fucking not.
Oh man, it's like like coming from down south. Like the sun is always out.
Yeah.
So like it took me at least 2 years to adapt to that.
And that's people don't understand. Like people say rain, it doesn't rain a lot because like I'm from Texas, right? In Texas, it might take an hour to rain 1 inch.
Yeah.
Here, it might take 2 weeks to rain an inch, right?
Yeah.
But it's always gray. Like October to March, you ain't seen no fucking sun.
None. It's like, and you kind of guess you get used to it, but it's like, man, you kind of get a little bit of like vitamin D.
Something, yeah. I think everyone here is on vitamin D too. My doctor just put me on vitamin D, right?
Right.
It's insane. And so how long have you been up here?
So I moved up here like June 2020.
Okay.
It was like the middle of
all that mess going on.
So I came up here.
And you say from Philly or Florida?
Well, I came from Florida.
Okay.
So I grew up in Philly, but I moved.
Talk about a culture shock, Florida to here.
It's big time, and I mean like across the board.
Like I'm from Texas, Florida. Like fuck COVID, fuck these masks.
Okay, but I went home real quick. I went like it was like we going out to the club. What you pulling out? What is that? I was like, it's my mask. It was like nah, we ain't do that here.
We ain't doing that shit here. You better take that home somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. Like in Washington, like if you had no mask, you would ostracise. I went to Texas, I had a mask, got ostracized. Like
yeah. They're like, wait a minute, that's not what we doing. But I came 2020. Kind of like through a dark. Well, it's a little more than that. My dad was like, check out Seattle.
Yeah.
Because I've been in Florida forever, and it's like the grind. You grind. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm not getting nowhere. So let me change up the pace.
Yeah.
So me and my partner, we just decided to come out here in June 2020, and
been here ever since. When you came, was it intention to move here, or you just came for a visit? Like, how did that come about?
Well, in a past life, I used to catch rats for a living, right? So I was like Terminex, knock on the door, where's your rat? So they moved me out here to do like some commercial stuff. It was a job promotion. I was like, okay, there's a chance to get where I want to go. I knew the end game wouldn't be that, but that's how I ended up out here.
So it's home for you for now?
This home.
Until a better opportunity comes around?
I mean, I'm digging it.
I mean, it's not bad here. Like for me, it's not home, so never be texting me, but it's not infested with what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it better be here than like, bumfuck Mississippi or low down North Dakota, like stuff we're trying to do, this is a good place to be, but it never be home though.
Yeah, right. And that's the way it is, like I feel like the journey is the journey. Mm-hmm. So whatever reason or however I got here, I feel like, I'm here to do something. So, WeInvest is kind of what I was envisioned to do when I got here, and I've been doing it. So it's home for now.
So on your bio, you sent me, you have a word inclusive. Like, what does that mean to you? What is I think people throw the word around inclusive, but for you, what is your definition of that?
Oh man, I mean, inclusive is just like going in a room and feeling comfortable. Like that's the thing. Being an African American woman, there's a lot of rooms I've been in, and I'm the only one in the room. Not to say that that's uncomfortable, because there's some cool white guys, cool white women. You blend, but inclusive means going in a space where you can feel like, okay, this is my people. It's welcoming. Have things in common. That's another thing. Like sometimes you go in a room, it's like I have nothing against golf. I've played. But if I go in a room and they're talking about golf versus going in a room and talking about like 80s hip hop, it's going to be easier for me to feel included in that type of thing.
So I'm gonna go back and inclusive a minute, but give us some advice, right?
Yeah.
Suppose like someone is like the only white guy, only black female, only whatever it is, right?
Yep.
Only blank in the room. What's your advice to them, right?
I mean, what I normally do is like, okay, this is who I am, So I just go in there and I be myself. There's this code switching thing that people talk about. Am I a fan? No. I think you got to be who you are. This is my authentic self. This is Bridge. And some people may vibe with you, and some people may not vibe.
So you also on your bar put like, I can't say this word, come literally, unapologetically authentic.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
That means.
Let me backtrack. Can you be too authentic? Like, can you be like, like so authentic that you're like rubbing people the wrong way and like, like being rude and like, is there like a fine line?
Yes, I think you can be a little too authentic. Like, okay, like if you, hold on. So if you go to the hood or you go somewhere like that, okay, well, there's going to be certain things going on. You're going to function a certain way. But that doesn't necessarily, you take that persona over to, like a demo week or something. You don't want to go in there and be like, what up, Jake?
Yeah.
Even though we got that, that relationship, you still want to keep the level of professionalism there, but not lose who you are underneath that layer, which is, I'm a black lady, I like my hip hop, I like whiskey too, and we have that in common. So I think we're more alike than we're different. So
okay, so this is totally random, right? Just total off the subject. Okay, so we're in Pioneer Square, and they have a thing here called Underground. Is the Underground tour all the time, right? Especially this time of year, right? Yeah. And so about 12th hour, I walked to get me something to drink, right? And there's a bar here called Central Saloon, and so this Underground tour there in front of the bar, and keep in mind it's all white people, right? Yeah. And this random black dude, he looks like he's homeless, right? I don't know if he was. Like I never seen much. Random dude. Yeah. He walked past. He just randomly said, "Is this a white parade?"
Oh my God.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck did you just say?
Like,
and people were like, what?
Yeah, what does that mean?
And it was just off the cuff. He just walked by. Is this a white parade? Just kept on like, what the fuck?
Okay, where did you do that at? So.
Yeah, it was like totally random, right? Like, man, I thought it was funny, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's the thing, it just depends on like who your tribe is.
Yeah.
I got cool friends across all, I got some lesbian friends, I got some gay friends, black friends, white. It is what it is. Whoever you can vibe with, whoever your energy lines up with.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. The point, like sometimes the energy is not gonna line up with everyone, right? No. Like sometimes people say, how come so and so doesn't like me? I don't care. I don't like you because I don't like you. It isn't personal, just something our energies don't match or something, like.
It's off, maybe your ancestor like messed with mine back in the day or something.
I know, right? Yeah. So back to being inclusive, right? Mm-hmm. So is it responsibility of the person who feels not included to make themselves included, or the people in the room to make them included? Like, how do you think that should work? Or should it be like a combination?
I think it's a combination of both. I mean,
and like, suppose you go in a room, you don't feel included. Should you tell that person, hey, like, I don't feel like being in the room is right for me? Because a lot of times, like, people want to include everyone, they don't know, right? They're like, what's that sense you let schematic in your mind? You just don't pick it up, right?
Right. So, I mean, I've been in rooms where I didn't feel inclusive, right? So whoever invited me to the event, I say, hey, look, thank you for the invite. Really, I love the wine and the chicken and waffles, whatever was being served. It doesn't really matter. But I think if you let the person know that invited you that you might have not feel included, then they can let the person who set up the event to create a more inclusive space.
Do you think most people do that? It sounds like a lot of people, they don't do that. Then they go immediately on social media and say, I was, mistreated or whatever, when they should have like been open, I think.
People won't say nothing.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
especially,
they're not gonna keep it real.
especially not here in Seattle, no.
No, not it. Yeah, they're not gonna keep it real. Like, say I went to this event, it was boring, or it didn't have what I needed, or I was the only one in the room that looked like me. Which that's common, but yeah.
So 80s hip hop. Who's your list?
Oh God, I knew it was coming.
That's what you said. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I'll give you my list after you give me yours, but it changed to me. It's changed every day, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, but 80s hip hop kind of like defines a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't put like 50 Cent in there, you can't put Eminem in there or J. Cole. It's particularly 80s, so that the classic era,
It's how it all started, And I remember like LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Came out with Radio, and then he came out with I'm Bad. And I was like, whoa, this is big. And then Run DMC.
I've probably seen I'm Bad video like 10 million times at least,
Yeah. You cut it on, you ride in the car, like if you had a bad day or you're feeling like low, like, okay, let me put that on, you get kind of pumped up from that.
So who's your top 5, top 6, what do you want to call it?
Top 5.
We do top 5, yeah.
Okay, we got LL Cool J for sure. Run DMC, gotta put them in there. Can't leave them out. KRS-One, because just the way his knowledge and the way he kind of like rhymes and everything. Okay, 2 more. Ooh, I like the Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
Beastie Boys.
They were kind of 80s or like 80s, yeah.
80s. I know one like the Fat Boys. They were 80s.
Yeah.
And then they played in movies too. But as time went on, that kind of became a thing. So
yeah.
That's my top.
So my no order is Chuck D, Public Enemy. He's my number 1 rapper of all time. He's my guy. Yeah, I'm a Public Enemy groupie. Him, LL Cool J, Cool G Rap. I'm gonna go with Houdini over Run DMC. Always been a Houdini fan.
Okay.
And the 5th one. Were there any rappers out of New York City during the time? I don't think there was. All pretty New York City centric, right?
Yes, pretty much New York. Like you mentioned, Cool G Rap.
Yeah.
That's one I missed. I would have put that in there too.
Yeah. And I'll do 5th place. I'll cheat. I'm doing Chai, Eric B, and Big Daddy Kane. And like if you ask me like 20 minutes from now, the only thing will not change. Chuck D me always be number 1, right?
Yeah.
The other ones like, oh shit, here's one. Guru.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit.
It's hard, right? You can't.
It's hard because like I gave my list, and then when you came out with your list, I'm like, wait a minute, I needed Eric B and Rakim on my list. So.
And over those, a few years ago, I don't know the sources stood on a magazine. They did like a top 100 rappers, hip hop, all time, and they put Snoop Dogg 23, right? And that we're probably like they're just trying to like make shit happen. Yeah. Hey, what do you think they're gonna put you in 23? That's some bullshit. Snoop Dogg like, dude, there's 1,000 rappers in Compton.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm blessed to be number 23.
Okay.
And he put the list like, I can't say I'm over like KRS-One. I can't say I'm over like Eminem. I can't like all these rappers above. I can't say I'm better than any of these, Yeah. And matter of fact, the 10 dudes behind me, I can't say I'm better than them either, So it's all in like now like underrated rappers. Paul Wall, I'm a big fan of Paul Wall in Texas, Like it's so many rappers, right?
It's a ton. Like and when we were coming like 80s, we just had this subset. We go to the little cassette or we wait for the radio. Now it's like
millions of songs instantly.
Songs everywhere.
Sample and everything.
And then they'll pop overnight. Like wait a minute, where did that rapper come from?
Yeah. So I'm gonna, after the show, I'll show you. I'll put it on YouTube. There's this rapper out of Arkansas, right? He lives Little Rock. His name is like 501 Breezy, and he's mixing country and like gangster rap. It's like he did a remix of Nelly's song. What's that? One of the St. Louis. He did a remix of St. Louis song. Yeah, he remixed that. Yeah, he's pretty good. I like him. I'll show him to you after this.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to checking him out.
Any new hip hop people? Any rappers you into now?
I mean, I'm a fan of Big X the Plug.
Yeah.
I like him. I like the fact that he, it seems like he just grinded it out, came out of nowhere, Texas. He's mixing some country with rap. I love that creative juice.
Have you heard of the Mexican OT?
Yeah. I'm digging Mexican OT. Raw Wave. He's from St. Petersburg, which is like really 30 minutes from where I'm from. So that's good. Like when you see rappers that are kind of from where you're from and they blow up, it's like, okay, you can make it happen.
Who's the big Philly rappers?
Ooh, Philly rapper? I mean, my Philly connection is, I haven't been to Philly since I was a kid, so, I mean, I think Lil Uzi Vert is Philly bound. I don't know. I might be off on that.
Okay.
Meek Mill, of course, is Philly. He's all Philly.
Will Smith, does he count?
Oh,
does he count?
Summertime.
Does he count?
I mean,
if you count record sales, yes, they count, right?
I mean, him and Jazzy Jeff, you know, you got to think about it. You know, when summertime hit, that was it. You know, we was that, and sometimes we even pop that in. Yeah. Well, pop that John in. You know, the Philly. Yeah. We pop it in now. It's like, okay, yeah. So Will Smith gets his street cred for sure. Yeah. Philly rapper.
And whenever this might be wrong to say, but when I think about Florida rappers, I always think of the 2 Live Crew.
You know it.
2 Live Crew.
2 Live Crew.
2 Live Crew. Trick Daddy.
Yep. Trick Daddy. What's the? I know they gonna get me for this. Trina, yeah. Trina was, you know, kind of like that female rapper. Yeah. I mean, we knew Lil' Kim. Yeah. Of course, but Trina kind of brought that different taste and that vibe to you. Yeah. It's like, okay, she got some bars.
Yeah. Damn, what happened to Lil' Kim? Like, damn,
she lost Biggie. She lost her.
It like she got addicted to plastic surgery.
Yeah, you know, like Biggie was like, you know, look, Kim, you the baddest, and when he left, I mean, maybe
like this,
things changed for her.
Man, when's the last hip hop concert you went to?
Oh, let's see. We went to Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Lil Wayne down in Tacoma.
Okay.
Yeah, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was fire though.
Like, man, I forgot about Lil Wayne. Yeah,
Lil Wayne. I was like, man, he still got energy. I don't know how old he is. I know he came out pretty young in the game.
Yeah, he came like 13, 14. Yeah, he has to be at least. I know he was rapping like 1998, 2000. It has to be at least late 30s, early 40s. Yeah.
Early 40s. Yeah, I think you're right, Jason, on that.
I think another difference, like back in the day, like most rappers, like they hit 30, they're like gone. Now rappers are rap like, you know, like rock stars, like Rolling Stone, all these stars, they keep on singing until they fucking drop dead, you know.
Yeah.
The same thing with rappers, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Like keep going as long as you can. You know, keep dropping, you know, albums and stuff, because, you know, for like my group, you know, I'm mid 40s. I'm like, okay, LL Cool J, one of these cats. I'm like, okay, you're still doing your thing. So
nice. So next, let's talk about your tattoos. How many tattoos you got?
Let me see. One, like I'm counting out loud, Jason. 1, 2, 3.
3. Oh, that's it?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
A story.
That might too. Like I have a lot of tattoos. All my tattoos have some kind of meaning to it, right?
Right.
I haven't yet done like most people get drunk as fuck. Let's go to the tattoo parlor. Just put anything on there, right? Yeah. I haven't done that yet.
Well, I actually did that, Jason. And, it's like this big atrocity on my neck. You know, it's like me and some buddies were out. My best friend. It was late, and back then, well, this was back in the day when you were young. There was a coin phrase you were like called a jit. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me put this tattoo that says Jit City, and now I'm like, oh man, I'm like not. Yeah. Vibing with this, but it's there now, Jason. So
you ever thought about doing a cover-up tattoo or something?
Maybe OUInvest take off. I'll probably do all kinds of stuff.
So what does the term equity mean? I think a lot of people get that confused also. Equity, yeah.
Okay, equity for me is like, okay, you know, you got your business, you need some help. You say, hey, you know, like, I don't have $40K for you to do this for me. Look, I'm gonna give you some equity in this business, you know, and just a stake in my company. You know, you believing in what I'm doing. I believe you're a great fit, so I want to give you a cut. Okay.
And did you take part in Founders Institute?
Yes.
Was that something recently you did, or
recently? Yeah.
Here in Seattle.
It was kind of virtual, but it was based out of Bellevue.
Okay. Was it run by Levi Reed, or?
That's my man.
Yeah, that's a good guy. It's a good guy right there, yeah. Was it a good experience for you, or?
Awesome experience. Yeah. I wouldn't.
They still give you too much homework to do?
Man, you know, you bring it up. That's traumatizing.
I know, right?
It was a lot of work, work.
I know when I went through, they had a thing where like, they give you homework, and like basically like if you got behind or failed some stuff, they give you extra homework, right?
Yeah.
So there's one lady in that class, right? She had New York City. She was trying to do a UX design business. Yeah. She had a full-time job. She worked 6 hours a week. She was a single mother, and she do FI and this extra shit. I said, "You're better than me. I am. I'm done. Ain't no way."
Yeah. I was grinding it out. You know, like I was working a little bit when I started the program. You know, I got 11-year-old girl
Yeah.
at home. You know, she's rambunctious. You know, I got my 19-year-old. He's autistic.
Yeah.
He's, you know, needs support. So yeah, I was juggling quite a bit. But I think when you're passionate about something, it doesn't make it as, you know, difficult to juggle the stuff that you're doing.
And how many people you have working for you now?
Right now we're 6 people.
So people don't realize how hard it is to find an initial team, right?
Yeah.
Because first of all, I have no idea. I'm guessing when you first started, you can pay people, right? So you have to convince these people to work for you for free,
Yeah.
and give their time for free. And like I tell around, you always I tell people, like, you know, if I tell them give equity, I'm telling you, see that pot of gold in the rainbow, you're gonna get it. More likely than not, that ain't gonna happen, right? So like, how did you go about convincing these people, like believe in your vision, your passion, like basically work for free, you know?
I mean, you know, like, I think it's all about like the energy you have behind it, you know, and that's the thing with like with WeInvest. You know, we try to keep it high energy, keep the vibes in a nice spot. Because I mean, there's a lot of things you do or companies you may work for that are just pure boring. You know, you go in, you're in a cubicle and this and that. But I just let them know, you know, this is a game changer. You know, it's just like anything else.
So I looked on the company link. You have like a one female UX designer from University of Washington, one software from University of Washington.
Yeah.
How'd that come about? Like some kind of job fair you went to, or they reach out to you, reach out to them? How did you do that?
Are you referring to the product designer?
Yeah.
Well, like I was actually going. Where was I? I went to a happy hour. That's where I met her. So I met her at a happy hour. Kind of went in there. It was a ton of people, Jason. I'm like, man, this place is.
Was it your intent to find someone to hire that day, or you just going there for something totally different?
Okay. I just went in there, and I think that's how I run my business. I don't like have these like there's things that are intentional, answering email, but sometimes I just let it ride. Like, just go with the flow, whatever happens.
Yeah. So talk about the name of your company.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that means it's something significant, or.
I mean, I think what happened is, like, I woke up one day. I was in graduate school. I was at the end of the road and wasn't really seeing them hiring me for like a finance job at a JP Morgan and all that. I don't know if I really fit the MO. So I woke up one day and I said, "We invest." You know, I just kind of came to me out of nowhere. And then my partner was like, "What do you mean we invest?" I say, "It's something that I think we need to build." But then I was like, maybe I'll spell this a little different. OUI. So it's like OUI, we invest. So that's kind of how it came about. There's no deep rhyme or reason for it. But when it started, I said, will you draw me a logo for it? Because she got all the creative juice. I can't even draw a tree.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't draw a stick figure.
Yeah. So she drew the logo, and I think once that happened, I was able to see the vision of what it could be.
So right now you focus on African American women and the LGBTQ plus community. So my question, like, why, like, of course, I'm guessing maybe it's because you're MVP, whatever, but why, like, close, I'd be so close now, why not open to everyone? Like, maybe economic disadvantaged people, or, like, why that?
I think, and eventually we will venture into other, you know, markets. I think that those two would be a good beachhead market because I understand, you know, how those people, like, I'm a black woman, I'm an LGBTQ woman, and when I cut on Bloomberg or CNBC, you might see a black woman here and there, but you never really see people that identify with these groups on these particular finance channels. So I was like, we need to create something that is geared toward those particular groups of people.
And so you just got your master's from Seattle University?
Yes.
Was it worth it? Is like getting a master's in finance is like the big thing now is the college education really worth it anymore, right?
Oh, that's a good. I think a college education is really worth it. And I know a lot of people's like, oh, you can learn this stuff online. But the one thing I really, really like cherish from my college education is the connections and the people that I met. I don't know about the book work, because like most of it you can look online, you can open up a book. But I met some really cool people from different, you know, walks of life. And, you know, that is what I feel like I paid for. I mean, the professors was good. I learned some stuff, don't get me wrong, but that people connection was everything for me.
So next, getting really personal, talk about the story of your dad, how your dad influenced you to start this company.
Right. Yes. So, and I can give you the brief story. You know, it's on my website, but I mean, I was a kid. I mean, this is 1993. I'm a little kid, you know, and dad comes in and he's excited. He has this windfall. So, you know, my father don't really have a strong, you know, educational background. He's from Jamaica. He's an immigrant. My mom made all the decisions. He did want to open a convenience store with that money. So he sit down, talk to mom, you know, that's kind of where the direction it was taking. But one day he went out and he came back and he was like, you know what? Someone told me we need to buy like $7,000-8,000 worth of Microsoft stock. So I'm literally in another room and I'm listening to them at the dining room table, and mom is like, nah, we ain't doing that. I don't know if you're familiar with the show Good Times in Florida Evans. It's like, nah, we not doing that.
I mean, like, you know, there was like a thing on social media like how many times Florida Evans kept their family from doing things right. Because ethics, whatever, morality, like, are you kidding me? Like, Florida, like the money's right there.
Like, stop it. He's going to get $100 to go preach on the road. Florida, what are you doing?
Yeah, and they see that, yeah. That's a big thing. I remember, like, was Florida really a good mother, right? Like, all the stuff she did, you know?
I think just African-American mothers from a particular era, you know, like, you know, my mom went through civil rights and stuff.
What's that term, though? What's it, something in the bush? Something in the hands bigger than two in the bush, something like that, yeah.
yeah, I know it's a bird in the hand.
Yeah.
I know that saying, too. So it's like, you know, he really, really believed in that vision of like, let's buy this stock. Of course, mom, aka Florida Evans, was like, no, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And
what's this Microsoft bullshit?
Yeah.
That's a fad.
That ain't, you know, that's like the tulip craze.
Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah. I know, right.
But so it did. But he didn't make the purchase. So if he would have made that purchase, you're talking about like $2 million.
Yeah, easily.
This thing is flipped, you know, over and over. It's made splits and all this and that. So that's really what inspired me to create this startup, because I think the regret that he felt, you know, as he got older and, you know, we got older, I think he would have loved to have $2 million.
I mean, just the ego boost too, right? I was the first people in Microsoft.
Yeah. You know, and he, you know, mom kind of talked him out of not knocking mom. You know, that's what I'm saying. She's from that era. You know, black people, we don't do that. Investing's not for us. That's, you know, that's a game designated for a particular subset of people. Yeah. And unfortunately,
it's a different mindset, right? I know some like they're pretty well off, right? Like they're really rich, right? Mm-hmm. And so she has a kid and that's started college, right? And most times your kid will go to college, like, hey, I can't afford to take some loans out. Or the parent take a loan, whatever, right? And so what they did, they had the son take the loans, right? Mm-hmm. In his name, and then they paid it off. Yeah. And so even though they paid off, but on the record, it's like he paid off, right? Yeah. He's 19 years old, no guy, but he just paid off this whatever come out loan, right? Yeah. And it's like, you know, is it fair, unfair? You know, like, I mean, if you're in the situation, hopefully you're smart to do the same thing, right? Yeah. But it is kind of unfair, like, damn, like, I want to do that. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. It's very tricky, you know, like investing, you know, it's a cultural thing.
And you got to wait 10 years, supposedly, you know, you got a long-term investment, you know, and people do invest. My shit went down 2%, sell that shit.
Yeah. You know, that panic and the psychology of investing, I think, is like the most important element of it. It ain't, you know, people look at the stock price and all this, none of that matters. It's just the psychology of you saying, I believe in this company. This is where I know it's going. Let me just sit back and chill.
How about investing in stuff like cryptocurrency?
I think crypto's cool. I mean, if that's your thing, you know, there's a lot of like people backing it. Bitcoin clearly had this massive jump. Yeah. I mean, anything. At first, crypto was like, maybe not. But I mean, this thing has been around for a while. Yeah. So anytime something's been around that long, there's some validity to it for sure.
The thing I like about Bitcoin is like there's only 21 million of it, right? So like you can't like print more money like US dollars. It's 21 million, right? Yeah. There's no,
That's it for the big, I don't see nothing wrong with it. If you believe in your investment and you know that's what rocks for you, it works for you, then do it. Yeah.
So how do you advise people to invest, right? Is like based on their, I don't know, their vibe? Is it based on like, you know, I'm guessing you have like a Florida Evans versus, you know, like a, I don't know, LL Cool J, you know, like, you know, like how does that all play into it, right?
I mean, I'm a firm believer in investing in what you like. Like if you like Jordans, you're buying J's every time they come out. Well, you probably should be investing in Nike. I mean, if you're into makeup, Ulta Beauty, like invest in what you use. I mean, you using toilet paper. Are you committed to buying Charmin or whatever brand? Well, then you need to go with Procter and Gamble or something like that. So invest in the stuff that you use so you'll know like the feel for it.
What makes a bad investment? I mean, of course, if you lose money, it's a bad investment, right? What determines if it's a bad investment?
Not investing at all is a bad investment. Okay. Just sitting there like thinking that, okay, I'm gonna grind, work, I'm gonna make this cash, I'm gonna let this cash sit. Cash can, it starts depleting over time, and if you sit in cash, you're gonna spend it.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
What's the smallest amount someone can invest? Can you invest at the smallest $20, $100? Like, what's the smallest you can invest?
I mean, if it was me and I just worked on a regular basis, I would just say like, just start investing $100 a month if that's all you can afford, $100 a week, whatever you can afford.
So I think there's a thing, right? Especially when you're young, right? You tell someone young, hey, invest $100. And in 10 years you might get whatever. Like, dude, $100, that'll get me, 6 drinks into the club.
Yeah.
I'm trying to invest. I'm trying to, press so and so. Like, so how do you overcome that mentality?
And that's a great question, Jason. And that's something we're kind of working on with the app. Like, what is it like? Behavioral finance. Like, what makes people want to say, "Oh, I'm gonna go party" versus dropping some money into a stock. Like my community, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. We shop. And I'm sure other cultures do too, but African Americans, we like to look good and we like to shop and have Jordans and whatever else is coming out. But I think if you can somehow say, instead of me buying this $100 shirt, I'm gonna just pause and I'm gonna just buy some stock, and I'm gonna still buy my shirts now, but I'm still want to invest too, same time.
So that's a good point. Like, I might even make this up. I remember hearing, like, as far as communities, right? I'm trying to make this up. Like, $1 in a white community stays there for, like, long time. On. Asians, like, 1 out of whatever time. The black community is like $4 later is gone, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you change that? I mean, that's a bad thing, right? That's not good, is it?
No, it's not good. I think you change that by having, someone to have that thought leadership to let the community know, hey, this is not healthy. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, we've come a long way in our culture with investing. Because at one point, I mean, I'm sure it was minimal, but now, the younger generation is thinking, okay, I need to do this.
Yeah.
But they have challenged because rent's so high now and all this other stuff. So they're just trying to figure out how to get to the next week versus stopping to invest.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't know if people realize how many people in America live paycheck to paycheck. It's not just poor people, it's like middle class people, lower middle class, like everyone's like paycheck to paycheck, right?
Yeah, and it's and people not happy.
No.
People are pissed off, Jason. It's like, man, I remember back in the day, I don't know, you probably remember where you could $20 you can get you some gas.
Yeah.
If you smoke cigarettes, you can get you a pack of
$20 went a long way.
A long way, like.
Put a couple bucks in a gas tank, you're good for a week.
You're good, yeah. Even if you had a hoopty like old Chrysler, New Yorker or something, but you still. That wasn't the main thing you wake up and think about. And I think that's what happened to people.
And of course, I think somehow the minimum wage is still $7.25 federal level. Like I don't agree. I don't agree it should be $20. I have no reason to believe this, but I think it should be $10. I have no economic reason at all. I just think it's $10. Sounds like a good dollar amount. Like 20, 25. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But then so the federal minimum wage is not increased, but everything else is increased, right?
Yeah.
Like 725 says 19 whatever, 89 whatever.
Yeah.
And like rent probably went from 1,000 to 3,000. Everything's gone up like at least 10-20%.
Yeah. It's and everybody says they have a solution, but do you really have a solution when you over?
Yeah, you might have a solution for yourself and your economic background, but is it for everyone?
Is it
probably
for
not.
Everyone? What's the mindset of a person sitting up in their big mansion, even though they're trying to make the decision to fix the problem?
Yeah.
How pressed are you to fix the problem and you got like 10 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms?
Yeah.
But if you're over here in the hood and you live in, you're in a little duplex and you're trying to create, figure some stuff out. See, I think that's what we needed to go back to the hood and ask questions. Y'all, I bet you'll find the answers there.
Yeah.
They're living it.
So one thing you're doing, I think is pretty interesting. Talk about this fantasy investing leagues you're doing.
So that's inspired by my son. My son is like a big like fantasy. He comes over every year to my and I'm like, okay, what player? Because I'm from like back in the day, Jerry Rice, But his excitement around like picking his players every year and competing with his friends. So I say, okay, well, I know investing's not football, but if we can move people to treat stocks like players, then you're not only getting the opportunity to learn about these stocks as if it's a player. Like I'll give you an example. Like if it's a wide receiver, he caught 110 passes or caught however many and got yards. Well, it's the same thing with the stock. We'll bring you into the platform. You can learn what PE is, and you can see what the PE ratio on Microsoft and so on and so forth. And I mean, I think it's a great way to get people involved, and it's a study to show that people that love football like to invest. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's.
Is it part of the gambling thing?
It could be. It might be, but yeah, I think it's if you can learn your company the same way you learn how Stephon Diggs is going to play, you might be
totally random, right? Do you see what he did?
Yeah.
With him and Cardi B?
Yeah, I caught that.
Like he basically said her shit smelled like garbage juice.
I know. I'm like,
that's foul as fuck. But Stephon Diggs, if you know him, like that's his history. He does shit like that.
Yeah, that's the type of guy he is.
That's the type of guy he is, right?
And Cardi,
I mean, I had no idea there were a couple. Honestly, I thought she was still the other dude, right? Offset was his name. I thought he was still a couple, right? Yeah. But and I just seen on the fucking Facebook page, Stephon Diggs says, shit.
Like I was like, but then again, it's like, are they still together, and is it just something to bring their name? Like Cardi B is kind of quiet from time to time.
I don't know, man. I'd have to think. I'm not a female, but as a female, some dude said my shit smelled like garbage juice. I'm not doing that. Like I don't need that kind of publicity, right?
Right.
If you want to keep attention, you got to think of something else, right?
Okay.
Like we can say you cheated on me, or I cheated on you, or like whatever.
Like, jams or something.
Yeah, but
funky,
no.
But that's
Yeah.
deep right there.
Yeah, that's like damn.
Yeah. He went pretty deep with that, but it's.
But that's his history, though. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's the guy.
And he does it to his best friends, like everyone. Like this is nature, right?
Yeah, I guess you either love it or hate it, and if not, you just keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, you never talk about Cardi B and juice, right?
Right. Yeah.
So what's this next thing? What's this Rainbow Returns Building Wealth with Pride?
Rainbow Returns. So that's basically like something I wanted to like an initiative geared toward the LGBTQ community. My goal is to create these meetups like right here in the Seattle area. Maybe do some virtual stuff. It's really in an incubator stage. I'm testing it to see how many people can join, but it's just something we rock like maybe once a month. Get on there, talk about stocks. We had one back. It was a while ago, but life happened and I didn't get a chance to keep producing the content. But yeah, it's just somewhere where you can come, learn about stocks, figure out what's a good investment channel for you. Are you aggressive? Are you not aggressive? And just a place where we can come chill out in a safe space.
And how do you convince people in that community to take part in it?
That's a good question, Jason. I mean, I've been trying to just reach out on social media, let people know what we're doing. I went to Pride in the Park just recently down here, Volunteer Park, and kind of put the word out there for it.
So talk about that specific community, right? I think a lot of people think of that community, they think want to pigeonhole it, right? But it's actually like there's conservatives, or there's like liberals, or like rich people, poor people. A lot of people this community is like this, right? But it's not right. Can you kind of talk about how expansive the community actually is?
Like how you mean how large?
Yeah, how expansive it is, like across all political thought, all demographics.
I mean, it's a big community. I think it may be just as big as a specific race community. You got, like Tim Cook. He's a part of the community.
Most people don't know that.
Yeah,
Most people don't know that.
Yeah, so, and I mean, that's the company of all companies, right? And he's running that, and it's been doing it for a while. So, our community, it spans everywhere because we have such a large, we have the lesbian, gay community, we have transgender, all these different people. So, I think it's larger than what people actually believe, and right now, with what everything's going on in the world, we've kind of, I don't know, like some have gotten a little quieter because of maybe the things, and kind of tend to be a little more conservative now. Not me. I don't care. I'm gonna always be, who I am. But it's a very large community out there, not just in America. I think worldwide.
So obviously you've been black since you were born. So how long?
Jason, I haven't. No.
I'm sure probably switching up. Did you do some coach switching? Did some coach switching?
From about 8 to 12, I was like, oh no, maybe I'll go hang out with the. But no, yeah, I've been.
But how long have you considered yourself part of the LGBTQ community?
I mean, I would say since 19.
19, okay.
18, 19, because I have a son. He's 27, so. I come from like a family where it's like church and all this and that. So
what you're saying is the baby that was so fucked up the day after the baby was born, like I'm going the other way.
And that's exactly what happened. It's like when he was like a very little baby, I got my first, partner and whatnot, and kind of lasted till that ran out. But yeah, as long as and as long as he can remember, this has been mom. We got matching football jerseys on.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's something about the community that most people don't, like you wish more people knew about, right? Can you see something new, like you're like here, like Seattle, here, like you hear the prayer parade, like people being like super aggressive, like being like for what, like kind of uncouth, right? Like taking it too far. Yeah. What do you wish people actually knew about the community?
I mean, our community, I think, is one of the most down to earth communities out there, Jason. I mean, because you may see that on those particular days. But most of the time, I'm sure we're doing the regular stuff, just sitting maybe at home, listening to some music, and we're no different than anyone else. It's just we choose to love different people. So I think there's a lot of misunderstanding. Like I'm a more of aggressive lesbian. I'm supposed to just be this like, no, I'm not. I could be a cream puff. We was watching a movie, me and my partner, and I'm like, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, man, I'm just over here in tears. I was like, I can't remember the movie exactly, but I was like, man. And she was like, Dad, you crying like that? I was like, yeah.
So another totally random thing, and I have no idea if this is true, right? I get all my information from either Joe Rogan podcast or TikTok or YouTube, right?
Okay.
None of it, I'm not saying all of it is any good, right?
Yeah.
And so someone posted on TikTok, they said like, I can't remember the numbers, right? And the numbers were like, male, female, married, divorce rate like 50%. Guy, 25%. Female, 90%. It was like it's the females, right?
Yeah.
It's not us guys, it's the females. Like the lesbians getting divorced at 90% of the rate. What the number was? A real high number, right?
Yeah. And it's tough to stay in a lesbian relationship, right? Like I've been with my partner for like 14 years. And you have to have like this special type of resilience because we're two women. So we're like, we're kind of bumping heads, and she's an alpha, I'm an alpha. And it's like, she's feminine and all, but she's like, sometimes she's like, I'm like, hey, just chill out. And that's the thing. It's tough, and then, but I think what people have to do is give themselves time to, like me and my partner have been through a ton of stuff, like unimaginable stuff for us to only been together a short period of time. But, she's patient, like when I start being an asshole in this relationship, she'll be like, you know what, Bridge, you being an asshole right now. Like, cut it out. Stop. Like, all right. And then I go back and I retract. Because, I know she want to make it work. And I know I want to make it work. Yeah. Even though sometimes it just don't feel like it's going to work.
Yeah, it's not easy. Any relationship's not easy, right?
No.
And so here's another joke, right? So remember, like 4 or 5 years ago, it was like still illegal for like people getting married, right?
Yeah.
And this comedian, I can't remember his name, right? He's actually a black dude. And he made a comment like he's against gay marriage or whatever, and so he was getting blasted, right? Yeah. And so he did a comedy special like a month later, right? He said, "Let me clear something up, right? I'm gonna slam for saying, I'm against gay marriage. You read me wrong. I'm against all motherfucking marriage."
Okay, see? Yeah, it's like a lot of people feel like it's an institution.
Yeah.
A lot of rules and can't do this, can't do that. So, it just depends on what you like. Me and my partner aren't married.
Yeah. That's another like maybe a too old construct, right? Yeah, like why get married anymore, right?
Yeah, she knows that I love her. She loves me. We like, nah, we ain't doing all that because we invest take off. She'll get half. No, but we just feel like we know
Yeah.
where we're at.
So one thing, you have a YouTube channel that you're not really active anymore, right?
Right.
You definitely need to get back on that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So why do you drop off? Just didn't have time, or just?
I mean, just to be transparent, like December, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, a aggressive
Yeah.
stage 4 cancer. I had to go to Florida,
Yeah.
and
Life happens,
life
right?
happens,
Yeah.
and and I. So starting probably this week or next week, I'll definitely jump back on and get involved in that. But,
And so with your app, does it use a lot of AI?
I think we will use enough AI.
Okay.
Because I think too much AI can be very.
So the question is, I have for you, like, why would anyone trust AI with this, right? Like, why would someone say, let's trust the AI computer versus trusting like you or another investor, right?
Right.
I think that's like, I know damn one well, your mother wouldn't have went for it. For everyone like AI, hell no.
Right, yeah, and I think using AI as a learning tool is the best thing for like we if you say I'm gonna use AI and try to create these stock recommendations, right? The stock market, like I always say, the stock market is like a relationship. It can have its ups and downs. You just don't know which way it's gonna go. But AI for learning and just really making us more powerful with our education piece, that's what we plan on using it for within the app.
And so what does your company actually do?
What we do, we're community. I know a lot of these, like compared to Robinhood and all these other apps, it's all about the community for us. We want to build an ecosystem of people who are normally left out of the investment game, and also give them the power to learn and get that confidence. I think a lot of people just don't invest, like, what is that? Or they'll take their homeboy's stock tip and have full faith in it, and then it drops, like you say, like a few dollars, like, oh no, I'm selling. But I think once they learn how the market works and learn those certain things, like a PE Schiller ratio, and kind of not too deep, but just deep enough for them to know, okay, I'm buying this because of this, and this is what I want, and I'm gonna keep it.
So like, what's something totally random you want to talk about?
That's tough. Something totally random. The wealth gap will be I think the wealth gap is something, and
Okay, so how we talk about that? I have to go to the bathroom.
okay,
So this talk about that, right?
yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
So
Yeah.
okay. I mean, the wealth gap is something we need to address in common society. There's a narrative where if you're an African American woman and you get tons of education, or you get an MBA or a doctorate, you're still kind of held at a regular level. So I feel like the separation in the wealth gap amongst gender is something we definitely need to look at. Giving opportunities to African American women who are capable of doing things. So that's a good way to close off the wealth gap. And also having African American women or just African American or underrepresented communities start their own things. When we start our own things, we gain a special or an extra incentive, because if that's the situation, like for instance, I'm building this company and I can go ahead and hire CFOs and I can hire all these C-level executives. Well, I can pick and choose, and that could be people from the LGBTQ community, that could be people from the African American, indigenous, whatever. So I think we won't get anywhere with that until we start really creating more companies and believing that we can create these juggernauts. And another thing, I believe the wealth gap is it's fueled by the system. I mean, the system it doesn't support the elevation and the growth of certain communities. I think that's because if you look at real estate, like if you look at $2-3 million houses, right, and you go in that neighborhood, you're going to see certain people. But if you keep people marginalized and they don't make the money to get into the neighborhood, well, guess what? All my neighborhoods are the same. Everybody looks alike. And, that's something that we also need to take a look at as well.
Sorry about that. My age, when it's time to go, you got to go.
No, we good. It's all good.
So,
Babbling on about something I don't know.
no, you're great. So what is your business model? Is it an admin fee or like management fee? How's that going to work?
Yeah, so my business model is like, okay, we're going to have like a subscription-based model. Free is for me. There's a ton of stuff, like when you sign up and sign on, you can get a ton of stuff for free. You can get the learning piece up until a certain level. You can join the communities. You can play the fantasy football league up until, Now, of course, we want to make some money as well. So we have the second and third tier, which are more advanced though. We're going to charge for those, but our third tier, for instance, you may have a one-on-one mentor that you meet with to give you advice.
Do you know someone named Etana Murphy? So she put in the comments, it was fun to witness Bridge pitch at the Venture Black something.
Yeah, I know Etana, yes.
Okay.
Yes, awesome, yes.
Cool. All right. And so for your business model, is that something you played around with a lot, or?
I mean, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much, not too extreme. I think keeping it simple is the best way to operate a business. If you're doing like something like off the deep end, then you need to think.
Yeah.
But most of the time I keep it surface level, like I keep it as simple as when I was in middle school hustling, selling Snicker bars. At the end of the day, if you got a product and the people like the product, then they'll engage.
Okay.
But it also, I'm patient too. Like things don't take off. And I think that's where a lot of startups fail. Like they're like, oh, it's 2-3 years, it's 5 years, I haven't made it.
It takes a long time, right?
It takes a long time. It only takes like one opportunity or one person to be like, hey, I like that. Let's go.
You have some kind of partnership with Carta?
Yeah, Carta.
How'd that come about?
I was introduced to Carta through, I think Levi told me about them. Because I was like, what is a cap table? Because, I'm not the average entrepreneur. Like, I'm not like rocket science type cat. Like, I asked a ton of questions, but he introduced me to the Carta. He was like, you need to get your cap table set up. So I was like, Levi, my coins are getting low, so I need to start giving some equity. So that's how that came about.
Okay.
Yeah. Which one did I? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I messing up?
No, you're good. That's what you want to do now. The same one? Okay.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Levi's like, he's a good guy.
Yeah. We want to make this as fun and friendly as possible.
Yes. So, you want to come to be demoed at my tech event, right?
Yeah.
What are you planning on doing for your demo?
Well, that's a good question because I've been debating. I'm like, okay, because I use this software. It's called Lovable, and it.
I know that. Yeah,
you know that,
I know one. Yeah, Lovable. Yeah.
So one night I was like, about a month ago, and I was up late night, just tinkering, having a couple of cocktails, and I built out a demo, and it's on Lovable now. So. It's not a live demo where we can get on the internet and all that, but I plan on just displaying, like we have Stacks. You'll meet Stacks. He's our AI.
Okay.
He he's fun. So that's the whole thing. Like I'm trying to create something that's fun. Finance is boring as hell. Like looking at numbers all the time, that's just not fun.
No.
So we want to create I got Stacks. I don't know if I'm gonna create any other characters, but. That's.
So how you plan to do this? I think I told all the people like a demo, right? So my tech show is basically like a tech trade show, right? 16 tables, so startups and how are you gonna do this, right? Like, pose there's 16 tables, everyone's at another table, right? But no one's at your table, right? Yeah. Are you gonna just go grab people? What's your plan? Like have people come to your table when they're not coming?
I'm gonna stand in front of my table and act like I'm visiting my home table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or just kind of, because that works. If you're at a trade show or you're selling something, if nobody's there, come up, go in front of your table, start picking around, pretend like you're shopping from yourself, and then somebody comes okay, this looks cool.
That's a good trick.
And then go back around the side. Because now you at least got one to work with, right?
That's a great trick. Hey, we're gonna have a cocktail bar there too.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you promised me a good time now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So what do you want to get out of this tech event? What's the best case scenario?
I mean, best case scenario is just, like being able to show the product to people, right? Like, because if no one knows you exist, then you're kind of like, no one knows. So I think the exposure and letting people know what we're doing, what we're trying to doing, or what we're trying to do, that's phenomenal. If somebody want to drop some cash toward our way, we love it. VC, as long as they don't dilute us, though, we ain't giving up all those. But yeah, anything that can help us get exposure. And get
So do you plan to eventually fundraise?
If it fundraise,
Yeah.
I mean, I would take some cash infusion, but very little.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the MailChimp dream. Like, let's bootstrap this. I've used all my own cash because at the end of the day, if you start taking cash from everybody, it comes with
a cost. Yeah, it comes with a cost. Yeah, it comes with a cost. Even oppose I'll give 1% of the company. That's still 1%. They're gonna they want some input, right?
Yeah.
And even though you might say, man, you don't have 1%. For some cost, hey, he does at 1%. I gotta at least listen to his bullshit,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, then you'll get stuck in all these meetings with people and gotta hear all this rigmarole. But like, man, this ain't what we doing.
So how you going about telling people what you're doing? Like, you just networking events. You have Facebook ads. Like, how you marketing?
That's where I'm at right now. Like, I spent the last couple of years going through, I went through the WTIA founder cohort.
Yeah.
Awesome with Nick Ellingson and them. That was my start off. Well, no, I wasn't.
That was okay, I might be legit now.
And then I met Dave at the Trajectory series. Then that was okay. And then I met Evan, and it's because at first I'm
you're I might have something here.
Yeah, I'm like, first shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And that was because of my that was because of my imposter syndrome
that everyone has. No one wants to talk about it. Everyone has it.
I'm black woman. I got dreadlocks. They probably okay, you'd be better off doing that than that. But I didn't mean to go off course. But yeah, just it seemed like the synchronicities are lining up. Like when you was like, Bridge, come do this. I'm like, okay, my first podcast. So that's I keep going and. Every time, every step, you just keep meeting new, interesting, creative people that can get you to the next level.
So in your mind, what has to happen for your company to be successful, whatever successful means to you?
I mean, what has to happen? I mean, we definitely got to get that customer base, get the word out there, let people know what we're doing. I think, some fusion of capital will help us. But like I say, we want to be small, not too much. As it gets bigger and bigger, we'll think about those things, but we're not there yet. We're still early stage, but
what happens? What happens for you to fail?
What happens for me to fail?
Yeah.
With this?
Yeah.
I won't fail.
Okay.
I won't fail. Like Jay-Z.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. The only genius is to keep going.
Yeah.
When you get in a lot of people get all.
I think you don't fail as an entrepreneur unless you quit.
Yeah, unless you quit. What do I have to lose, Jason? I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, so this is my opportunity for my silver spoon. Why would I quit?
Exactly. So, are you just focused in the Seattle area right now?
Right now, yeah, I think, really just getting, meeting the people right around here. I was introduced to the Northwest Fintech Coalition. They added me to that. I think it was about a month ago. Met an awesome guy. His name Nate Derby. He's been phenomenal. That's my boy. And that's the thing. The tribe, Evan Ponce. There's a ton of people out there that are willing to help you if they see you. Yeah. Excuse my French, if you dead ass about something.
Yeah, you have to put yourself out there, right?
Yeah. You got to put yourself out there.
No one creates anything by just staying at home watching Netflix.
Yeah. We like our Netflix, but that's for boo time.
Yeah.
When you're trying to grind and hustle and get to the bag, you got to get with people who understand what that looks like.
Yeah. So what do you do for networking?
What I do for networking? I go through my LinkedIn and see what's going on, and then if I'm feeling it, if I feel it's all about feeling. If I go and I look at an event nah, I'm not really feeling that, then I won't do it. But if I'm feeling like I get I use a lot of intuition with this thing, right? Because it came to me intuitively, so I got to continue to use that throughout the process.
So you do a lot of education. Like, how do you come up with the concept of all this education? Does you research it? Does it come to your top of mind based on your finance background?
I mean, a lot of it is in my mind. You know, like I embrace finance to the fullest. I'll go as deep as Jesse Livermore. You know, remnants of a stock operator, where he's literally, and this is something I probably will preview, where you get like a columnar pad like accountants use. You write your stocks down and just every day see what the stock does, because the stock has emotion, it has feeling. You know, it's not just this company, these numbers. No, it has feeling. If it's feeling up, then it'll go up. But if it's feeling down, then it'll continue to drop.
What are some basic finance concepts everyone should know, regardless of their income or background?
Okay, basic finance. I mean, you definitely need to know, like, you know, the PE of a stock, how many shares outstanding out there, how much. Like, a lot of times we look at the stock, it's like, oh, this stock is $5. Yes, that is the price per share, but you need to figure out like how many shares of that $5 stock exists, and then you have that market cap. And when you have that market cap, you know, like, okay, this is a big ass company. You know, this ain't no little baby company. So, you know, just getting up. I think the biggest finance concept is reading not the newspaper, but grabbing your Wall Street Journal digital Barron's. Like, you need to get in the know, because those papers and those publications are going to give you things that you're not going to get just by watching CNBC or these other stations.
Does credit scores matter anymore? So people still care about the credit scores?
I mean, credit score kind of matters. You know, I'm like, you know Glorilla the rapper, right? I mean, your credit score, I might be rich tomorrow. So what difference will it make for credit score? I mean, it's something I do take, because I got a family and all this and that. So I do monitor, like, take care of it. But how important it is, I mean, if you got tons of cash back there, like, nobody really cares about credit score.
How about bankruptcies? Is bankruptcy still a big thing? I know back in the day, like, bankrupt, like, oh man, you're a piece of human being. You're not paying your bills. Now it's like, especially all the rich people, like, I'm bankrupt, you know. Let's go bankrupt, you know. I mean, it's like almost like it's a rich person tool.
I mean, if things get sketchy and, you know, and you have never filed for bankruptcy, you know, clear some of that stuff off and get a clean slate. I mean, don't do it unless you have to. Fight the good fight. Yeah. But if you got $2.25 left after you done paid everybody, well, you bankrupt.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know there's Wall Street, NASDAQ, all the different stock exchanges, like all these countries have their own like whatever it's called, right? Yeah. Is Wall Street like the mecca of them all, or like?
I mean, Wall Street is Wall Street. Okay. You know, like that's where it all starts. You know, you got Chicago over there. Chicago is like, you know, if you get deeper into finance, you want to trade options and stuff. Well, the CBOE is over in Chicago, the NASDAQ. So Chicago holds its weight too. And then you can't forget about foreign, you know, like the Nikkei and all those things. And I think that's a lot of times we like, oh, it's all about America. Yeah. When you invest in, you know what's going on over there too. Yeah. You know,
every country has a stock market, right? Yeah. Vietnam has one, you know, China has one.
Yeah, Hang Seng, all these different markets, and to really be like on the cutting edge of it, you definitely want to pay attention to those as well as ours. You know what they're doing, how that.
So I know. Back at college and schools always get criticized for not teaching like direct, like real skills, right? Right. Like they never teach finance, right? Not even balance a paycheck, like. Right. But is that really the place for schools? And like your parents teach you?
I mean, yeah. I think that's what gives you a head start. You know, I have a buddy of mine. You know, he's white. He said they grew up at the dinner table. Like his dad would close out talking about stocks and things. Well, that wasn't my dinner table. It was like,
mine neither. Yeah,
we didn't talk about that. We was like, can I get an extra piece of cornbread? Yeah. Like we wasn't thinking about that. But you know, it depends on where you come from, your background. You know, how you were taught to look at money.
So how did you make that transition from your dinner table? When I talk about, like, I'm guessing with your kids, you do talk about it, right?
Yeah.
How did you make that transition?
I mean, I think you just kind of like, generational things were taught to us from my grandmother and so on and so forth. My grandfather was a sharecropper and all that, so they thought differently. And then my mom kind of kept that going. But I said, let me talk to my son about these specific things so he can set him up to have a different outcome, I guess.
Okay. And you have another full-time job? This is like your thing right now.
I have another full-time job.
Okay. So how do you balance? Like, how do you balance like starts a full-time job, your job is a full-time job, being a relationship's a full-time job, being a parent's a full-time job. I'm presuming you have some kind of friends somewhere, and you like hang out with them once in a while. Right? How do you like kind of prioritize and balance all this stuff?
I mean, I think it's just like having a hustler's mindset. Like I know what I have to do. Like when I go to my day job, that's my day job. I spend my time there, do the best I can for them. Then I get off work, and then I do what I need to do for WeInvest, and I coordinate with my partner. So you definitely, you gotta just, have that hustler's mindset. And that comes from my background, being around my mother, my brother, and stuff like that they kind of had that mindset.
So, what's something about yourself that no one knows, right? Like something you've done, you're very proud of, right? But it's not on your resume. Like maybe your partner knows, maybe your parents. Like most people don't know this about you, but something you're very proud of.
Something I'm proud of that no one knows about. I don't know. That's a tough one, Jason. Spiritual awakening. That's one. People don't really. It's not like you're gonna go to work and be like, "Hey, I had a spiritual awakening." But spiritual awakening is deep. Because growing up in a Christian home, well, just the church background, and it's just one church. This is what we do. And then when I got a little older, I went to college, and I'm like, okay, well, there's a ton of religions out there. And then I started getting a little depressed and down and out. And I said, something's not right. So I had to do some soul searching. I started doing some meditation, started doing some Buddhist chanting. Like, I was everywhere, Jason, with my spiritual awakening. And then one day it just hit. And I realized, like, I don't have control over nothing. So why am I getting up worrying about things that I can't really control? So I think, if anything, my spiritual awakening has taken me to where I am today. But with that, you do lose people. You lose people that are really close to you, like mom. You get those things like you've changed.
But change can be good, right?
That's what Tupac said.
Yeah. One time it got me, like, 'cause I'm Roman Catholic, but it's like, okay, like, it's kind of like egotistical for like a person to think like in Texas, like Christianity religion, but everyone in China, India, they're going to hell automatically, right? Like, so just like, I just have to be so lucky I have to be born in Texas. But he's an all loving God, like make it make sense, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I believe in God, all that kind of stuff, but like this, the question, right? The doubts, right? Like, so he picked Israel?
Yeah.
Versus all these other, like, it's, I don't know, it's like.
Yeah, but absolutely. Like, once you become spiritually woke, you just got, it's a tough journey. Like I say, you lose people. But you just got to believe in what.
Yeah. Because all religions are kind of the same, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's so many.
It's almost like, conspiracy, almost like they're all, like, there is a God of Israel, a God of whatever, and these guys, like, way up above us and fighting over us, like, they're fucking, like, pawns and shit, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got Allah, you got Jesus.
Yeah.
Whatever you believe in is what you believe in. Whatever gets you going every day and that's what you need. Then,
until someone comes back to dead and says, hey, no, the Buddhist guy's the real one, Okay. Until that happens,
Then where we're at, yeah.
Yeah, it's insanity.
Yeah.
So on your bio, it says, financial freedom for the culture and the community. What is that? What does that mean?
I mean, if I'm looking at this 10 years from now, like, there's a study where like top 1% controls all the money.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like the GameStop guy and create this crazy movement, but I think if we band together and as a culture, different cultures, not just, I'm not just drilling down on blacks and LGBTQs. I think indigenous, I think all people that are underrepresented. But what it looks like is you know, those communities where there's like $2, $3, $4 million houses. We're like, we don't want to live there.
Yeah.
I think having 4 or 5 of us, 6, 7, 8, 9 of us living there would be cool.
Yeah.
Like, let's mix this up.
I remember someone did that a while ago. Like they're basically like bought like 20 acres of land. They built like a big ass house, and like all their friends went there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone for you, like here on the internet all the time, like Elon Musk has enough money, he could give $1 billion everyone in America and solve it right.
Right.
But I'm like, is that really a good idea? Like, if you gave everyone in America $1 million, most people are like, fuck it off. Yeah. Inflation will go up, all this stuff. But I don't know if it's a good idea, right?
That's probably not a good idea. I mean, but giving $1 million to somebody who's trying to do something, that's an awesome idea. There's so many things that we can fix if we just had like regular people who really care. Like the social justice, like people incarcerated. Yeah. A buddy of mine, man, Jason, he's been in prison for like donkey years, like 20 years, and he didn't even hurt anybody. But just because he had a couple of scratches in his record, and then this became a news story. Yeah. They gave him 25 years, and he's on year 17.
So why do you think it would not be a good idea to give everyone $1 million?
Because at the end of the day, I think it'd just create too much riffraff. Because, like, you give me $1 million, yeah, I'm going to probably invest, I'm investing in this company, I'm going to do this and that. But you get
You would, most people not, yeah.
Yeah, most people going to be like,
You remember this Dave Chappelle skit where, like, his character won, like, won the real lottery? Yeah. And he's on the fucking corner, like gambling it off, and, like, 3 days later, it's all gone.
Like, you're going to have people in the casino, you're going to have, like, people, going off the deep end, in the dope hole. We don't.
Isn't there a stat that like everyone who wins the lottery, like 98% of them like are like poor within 2 years?
Yeah.
The story I remember was like there's some family in Kentucky they won the real lottery, right?
Yeah.
These jokers, like, they live on a farm, rural farm.
Right.
They buy Ferraris, nice cars, but didn't pave the roads.
Yeah.
So rocks fucked all the cars up.
Right.
Cars fucking ruined.
Yeah. So if you give everybody $1 million, they definitely gonna have to take some type of like financial literacy.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like walk them through it because people are naturally used to being broke.
It just gets me when people say this. Usually say Elon Musk or somebody rich. If you gave $1 million to everyone in the world, you still have like all this $1 billion, right? Yeah. Yeah, but think of the second, third order effects, right? Mm-hmm. Now, of course, I would be the last one to say, don't do it because, like, then you get people against you, like, damn it, Jason, you're fucking, you're against the man, whatever, But man, like this, you got to think of it, right? Like, or maybe not $1 million, maybe like, phase it out. Like, I get $250, my son gets $250, my grandson's $250, right? I don't know, right?
Right.
But it's like simplistic thinking sometimes doesn't do anyone any good.
Right. Just break it down. You're right. I mean, $1 million can help a lot of people, though. Like, people will get creative. People will start digging back and really thinking about their dreams and aspirations, and not just the rat race. They'll start thinking, and the world may be a lot better with creative things.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy times we live in.
Yeah, it's different.
So what's the plan as far, like, talk about the business model? Yeah. So how do you do this, right? Like, do you have like of course I guess you work 9 to 5 for your regular job.
Yeah.
And so do you working, you're coming like 5 in the morning to 9 in the morning or 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. just like get it in when you can get it in?
Yeah, I get it. Like, it really depends. Like, if I can't sleep and then something just pops up at 4 a.m., I'll go work a couple hours and then take a little nap and then go to work. Or if I come home, take a little nap. Naps are the thing when you work a 9 to 5. Like, by the time you go there and you're grinding all day, you're pretty tired versus, and then the age factor, the older you get, the more rest you need. Yeah.
So the people work for, how do you keep them engaged and like align with your vision and values?
I mean, I just let them know, like, if you want to work for the coolest fucking black girl in the country, we doing something different. My name's not Dave. I don't have a T-shirt, a white T-shirt or whatnot. I'm completely different. And I think, like, one of my workers, he's been with me for like 2.5 years. He's not here in the States, but I mean, he's loyal. I mean, it could be 3 a.m. and he's like, what you need? Like, what's going on? Like, how fast do you need it? So I just keep him engaged, let him know, like, this is real. It's a real problem. It's a hard problem. but it's a fixable problem. That's my mindset.
So thinking way in the future, is your plan like this do this forever, or does plan like try to get acquired, or?
I think do it as long as I'm not going to say forever, but if it ever were to be acquired, they would have to really understand what we created and keep that going. Not just like, oh, I'm gonna take this from you and we're gonna like make it what we want it to be. No, I'll hold on to it till I'm an old lady.
Okay. Think what else? So you're based in the Seattle area. So how do you like? So you're based on African American in your community right now.
Right.
How do you know it'll be time like to expand to other communities?
I mean, once we gain that traction, you know, my goal is to get involved with the HBCUs. Like I mentioned earlier, the Northwest fintech, they're with the credit unions. So you know, we just want to keep the momentum going and just really see how far we get with this particular subset. I mean, there's no doubt, Jason, that this could really go beyond just these couple of groups that I created because. Like I said, it's community is one piece, but fun, like finance, as I mentioned earlier, is boring. And if we can create a way for it to be more interesting, engaging, kind of like, you know, like Duolingo, Wall Street Bets, Robinhood, all like mashing up together to create an immersive space.
And it's planned like have some kind of app that people just go on the app like do investing and stuff.
Yeah, I think we'll stay in that space, you know, app. But I don't know. I think in the future it could turn into something completely different.
Is there such thing as someone being too early to learn about finance? Like, you know, someone 5, 6, 4, 7 learn about it?
I mean, I think it should be a part of the curriculum. I mean, I might be being a little too ambitious, but I think OUInvest Kids is something that could be brought to the forefront at some point once we get the initial project off the ground, because the behavior starts when you're a kid. You know, my little one, she asks me questions, you know, when I'm working. She's like, Reg, you on your boss moves over here? And then I have a chart up and she'll get kind of curious. She's like, what's that? And I think that's something we can really benefit from.
So you might not be able to tell us this because of all the SEC stuff, whatever it's called, but like, is there like a hot stock right now that people feel like, okay, let me invest my life savings in here?
I mean, I'm not licensed to give financial advice. I know if you want me to give you a stock that I like, we're not telling,
which one you like?
not telling y'all to go do that. But I like Aurora Technology.
Is that the ring thing?
No, Aurora Technology is autonomous trucks.
Okay, I didn't know. I know about them.
So they basically are creating a system where the semi truck can drive itself.
Okay, I know about the driverless trucks. I didn't know it was that. Yeah.
And I think that can definitely, you know, take off. And you know, unfortunately, it's been in the news, and my heart goes out to the family and people involved in that situation in Texas where the driver fell asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a problem, right? And if they can create something that, even though truck drivers,
I mean that's the ethical dilemma, right? Like you make everything robotic to save lives, but then you're basically like wiping out 23,000 jobs, which have second, third effects. You know, like right. I definitely don't think you can do it like that, right? You have to do some kind of like phase plan. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. And I think it'd be cool for them to like, okay, let's not let this be autonomous all the time. But say, for instance, if you have a way to know if the driver is you kind of losing or you know, kind of like a backup autonomous system.
But then with that, like, you know, you have an autonomous system. So I'm gonna pay this driver the same amount to fucking chill out. No, hell no.
Corporate America. We go just kick them out the cab.
No, we're not doing that shit.
Yeah, you're right. And unfortunately, you know, they don't.
And like one thing, like AI, I don't think people in America realize how fast it's coming. Right? It's like it's fucking coming. Right? It's like Phone said. I had a guest. He said it's not coming. It's fucking here.
It's here, and it's a real thing. And you know, and like certain jobs will get, you know, phased out in a sense. But I think, you know, you got to think about it. You got to kind of be like, you got to have your intuition blinkers on too.
Yeah.
Like, you have this job. You know, you might be doing something like customer service. But, you know, on the weekend, you could definitely figure out how AI impacts customer service.
This one's like that's like fucking crazy, right? I don't know, AI cut stuff out. All the experts like, hey, AI's coming. It can do all the blue collar jobs, but it's actually doing the fucking reverse.
Yeah.
If AI can't do the plumber job, it's all these minor decisions you have to do, right? But you're fucking on the desk, do Excel spreadsheets, you're gone.
You're out.
Like I've said on the podcast, if you're a junior developer out of college, you're fucked.
You're done.
Lovable took your job.
Software engineers.
Cursor took your job. You're a junior developer, yeah. I don't see you wasting 4 years of life, but man, like the golden ticket you thought you had, yeah, AI took that, right?
Yeah.
I just think it's so ironic how that kind of switch, right? AI's coming, it's gonna take all the migrant jobs, all the farmer jobs, all this blue collar shit. No, it's taking off the white collar jobs.
Yeah. And taking them out quick.
Yeah, we're so quickly.
Quick. And those are the jobs that we're, like get marginalized out of
like companies like Microsoft, Google, these big companies, they're laying off people left and right.
Yeah.
Like I know the CEO for Amazon, I think Andy Jassy, the memo of his people got leaked. Hey, pretty much half you get replaced by AI within 5 years.
Yep. It's and even in customer service, like you call, you want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, but it's AI agents.
Yeah, AI agents. You can't even really tell the difference now because
No.
Like, dang,
The images and stuff.
Yeah, like that's a real person.
So that's one thing I did think was messed up. So I know the CEO of Amazon, he put out, hey, AI is going to take all your jobs, right?
Yeah.
And the next day he sent a mail to other people like, if you don't move back to Seattle, you lose your job. But you just said I'm going to lose my job in a year anyway. Right. So why am I going to move?
Yeah, what's the point?
If I move from like Florida to Seattle, and just tell you I'm going to get fired, like, make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense. Yeah,
I don't know, but AI is definitely here, right? And like, just like the internet came, people were ready for it,
And now AI is here, but this kind of snuck up on us. Like we didn't imagine that the computer could like think for us.
Yeah.
And it's convenient in a sense. If you need to shoot an email or do this and that, that's cool. But when you're taking out whole sectors like accounting, customer service, whatever it is.
So I saw this on LinkedIn a while ago, right? And so there's some law firm in New York City, like a real famous law firm, and the guy like, I never post on LinkedIn or whatever, but I just had to want to post this, right? People talking about AI, right, is not a big deal. It's a big deal, right? And he said like, at our law firm, we currently have I think it's like 100 junior lawyers. Yeah. What we usually do, we send our research to our junior lawyers to do it, right? So we did an experiment. We had like 10 junior lawyers research the case, and we had ChatGPT research. Yeah. ChatGPT did way better. He's like, we're not going to fire other lawyers now, but when like they start leaving, we're not replacing them.
See?
And so within 5 years, he said within 5 years, we usually like go to 100 lawyers every 5 years, right? He said like hire them out of college, stay 5 years, then go something else, right? So every 5 years you have 100 lawyers, right? These 5 years come, we're not hiring no one else. Yeah. So that's 100 lawyer jobs gone.
Now what do we do?
And I think people don't think about, right? So you have like these developers, junior lawyers, right? And so they're no job experience. And so they're going to try to apply for like, a mid-level job, right? Right. But no experience, right? No experience. It's like, I don't think we've thought about that either, right? Yeah. We just, I don't know, right?
It's tough.
But it's every generation, right? It's like, back in the day, like, horses were replaced by cars, every, like, back, and like, there's some kind of tech advancement every generation since the beginning of time, right?
Right. I just hope the tension around it doesn't flare up. That's the thing you gotta like think about. Like we're survived. Like we want to survive. Maslow hierarchy of needs. Yeah. I need my food. I need my hydration. So you got to keep the tensions down. Like progression of technology is great. But, like at what cost?
Yeah, I know some people like just give everyone like let the robots do everything. AI just give them the UBI, and some people like they would be more than happy to get paid like $50,000 a year. Everything taken that watch Netflix all day. Yeah. But some people like me and you, man, we go fucking bad shit crazy. Yeah, ain't no fucking way. Like I gotta do something now. Fuck that shit. I gotta do something right.
I gotta be doing that. Yeah, I don't wanna like.
And so how you do that? Like, of course, a lot of conservatives, Republicans, they're against UBI because the concept, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like we just gotta wait it out, Jason. I think it's like everything going on and like the political landscape and all that stuff. I think we wait it out, but don't sleep on the game now. Like you don't just sit here and wait and think, oh, I have this customer service role, whatever position you have, and like, oh, I'm solid. No.
Yeah, no, you're not.
No, you need to get back there late night and dig in the crates.
You better
if that's your field of expertise, go over there and try to build a little AI gadget.
What's that thing someone said? AI is not gonna take your job. the person who can use AI to do your job better is going to take your job.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. And I mean, and it's easy. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's easy. Like I was actually, cause I'm running a business that's, connected to AI. I was like, let me go get me a little AI.
Yeah, you go to YouTube all the time. All these people like build an AI agent in 20 minutes. Like, God damn, is that easy? Right?
Yeah. But it's stuff you can do. As long as you don't get distracted. There's a lot of distractions out there now, man. It's like, dang. You saying AI is coming, and you're not giving me a solution of how to combat it. But you gotta dig. You gotta figure it out.
Yeah, I think every generation does. Every 20 years, something comes up.
Happens. Yeah,
Internet came. I mean, way back in the day, people would write, and then the typewriter came.
Yeah. I was watching the other night. We was watching searching for Mavis Beacon. You remember Mavis Beacon?
Yeah. The typewriter, yeah.
And the lady, it was like, it inspired all us black girls.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we can do this. I can put on a corporate suit and tie. So, but that when I watched that, I was like, that's real deep. Because when we were using Mavis Beacon, we didn't realize the impact it would have on us now. If we didn't see that black lady in that that system, we would have been like, nah, we can't type.
Yeah.
Typing's not for us, but
that's one skill. That's probably the most important skill to have nowadays, to learn how to type right. It's almost more important than know how to read, right? Yeah. Can you imagine you know how to type? Man, you'd be fucked, right?
Yeah, you gotta know how to. I don't think you need to know how to write.
At least you gotta. If you know how to type right, man, how screwed you would be.
Yeah, you gotta
click.
Yeah, because when we was going to school, we had to learn. We actually had penmanship class.
Cursive. Yeah.
But now, my son, I'm like, man, what is that? What does that say? Is that a J or a U?
I know, right? Like hieroglyphics and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
That's when how back the Egyptian had what's the Egyptian language called? I can't, whatever it's called, right? Yeah. That's part of the curse of the day, right?
Yeah.
And 100 years from now, they're like, what's this shit back in 1999? What the fuck is this shit? What kind of language is this?
Okay, what are they doing? They're typing? Nah, but you're right, though. Change is constant, and that's what's going to happen regardless. If you do something or you don't do something, change is still going to happen.
Well, why do you think some people are so, against change, right? Because usually change happens, I think, at first it's kind of bad, but then eventually the change happens. Okay, oh wow, this is actually, we're all living better now.
Man, people scared. That's the whole thing. It's just a fear factor around everything. I think fear is the catalyst for maybe 50-60% of everything we're dealing with. As long as you can get over that piece, then I think you're good.
So, what's your advice to someone who is scared of change?
Dig deep in yourself, dig within your soul and realize, look, if I don't change, I know I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with this same outcome. If you've been doing the same shit for 10 years and it's boom, 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 yeah, you making ends meet, you are right, but if you change, you might shift that pendulum way to the other side.
Yeah.
You become a different you. I've changed, man, Jason, we could probably talk for hours, but I've changed a whole complete 360. Bridged in the 20, I'm 20 years old. Oh, I'm a different guy. I'm like, what? But now I'm I understand what life is about. I've grown a lot.
How should someone's ethics and values and morals play in investing, right? Mm-hmm. Should it be based, okay, fuck my morals, fuck my values, but whatever makes me the most money is good because I make more money, I can do better for myself, my kids, or should ethics play? You always talk about ethics and values based investing, right?
Yeah, so that's the coin ESG, they environmental social governance type investing. There's certain people that really dig into that. I mean, right now, that's not really the big play, but I think that's important. I think for me, when I buy my stock, I want to know at least they have one person of color on the board, or maybe a female. So, but that's my preference. You may be like, man, it don't matter who on the board. They can have a whole country club on the board. As long as my money is going up, I'm good. That just depends on who you are as a person.
But is that really a good thing to do though? For example, right? You could have picked a old boy country school, redneck board, right?
Yeah.
They're making money over foot.
Right.
But you decide to invest like like a diverse board.
Right.
And they're fucking like struggling, right?
Right.
Like, is that really worth it? I'm not saying it's good or bad, but like, it's just a personal decision you have to make, right?
It's a personal decision you gotta make, and then you gotta think about the element of investing. You buy, the more stocks are bought, it kind of helps the price.
You send a letter like, hey, I'm backing you up now. Like, what the fuck you doing, right? You're making me look bad.
There's limits. Like money is good in this place. Someone told me that. Money is always good in this place, but how much of you are you gonna lose trying to make that money? Money is important. But we know it's not everything. You can have a shit ton of money and be like miserable. Like, man.
Is there a thing out there that says, I think somebody did a study, I'm making this up maybe, but like 70,000 is a sweet spot, right? If you make 70,000 a year, you're good. You make 70,000 and $100, your happiness level doesn't go up, right? It just stays. It's like it plateaus at 70,000 or whatever. Of course, not 70,000 in Seattle, of course, but whatever 70,000 is in the like perspective across the world, right? 70,000 is like the sweet point, supposedly.
Right. That's not true.
No.
I don't buy that. Nah. I mean.
You think it's a number?
I don't think it's a number. I just think who you are. If you like I like nice stuff. I want to drive a nice car. Do I need to drive a Maybach? Nah. But you want to drive a nice car.
Yeah.
You might have a thing. Like everybody has a thing. Like your thing might be shoes.
A guilty pleasure, right?
Yeah. Like if you like certain brands of liquor, it just depends. But all of it's gonna cost, right? So if you just say, 70,000, no, that's not necessarily the thing. Because I might want to take the family to Switzerland next year, and the year I think 1 year might be 70K, the next year might be 150, or the next year might come back down.
So you said earlier, you told us about how your dad wasn't allowed to invest in Microsoft. Yeah. Do you have a story where you want to invest in something like you didn't for whatever reason and you regret it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, probably about, I would say maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, life would look completely different for me. I'm over in Tampa, Florida. I'm making like $13 an hour. There's no room for that. Like it is true. It's just me and my partner, but we got rent, car note. That wasn't really my mindset until I came out here, and it really brought my horizons on what you really like. Anything is possible. Because when I left, all my friends were like, "Are you serious? You going way out there? You don't know nobody in Seattle?" What? Like everybody was like giving me that fear factor. Yeah. But then when I came out here, I was like,
They tell you there's no black people here.
That's what they told me. That's what they said. I got here, I was like, okay.
There's a few black people here. Yeah, it's a good community of black people here.
Yeah. I've met some cool.
And like Seattle, like people I used to joke around Seattle. I used to call Seattle White Adel, right? But there's it's kind of diverse here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe of course not in Kirkland, Redmond, Microsoft is, but there's a lot of communities like Vietnamese. There's a big Vietnamese community, like Asian community, there's Somalian community. There's a lot of communities around here,
Yeah. Like a true melting pot. Like people like New York is a melting pot.
Yeah.
I think Seattle is really like one of the larger melting pots.
Like you walking down the street, they say all kind of languages, different things. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't know who you may run into, where they're from, what their background is. So yeah. But there ain't a whole lot of black people there, Jason. But it's cool though. Like it's cool white people here.
And one thing I don't think people realize, I think people realize how rich Seattle is, but they don't realize there's not. Of course, people know about Boeing, Microsoft, Amazon, Starbucks, but people don't realize the eastern part of the state of Washington, like a multi-billion-dollar farm industry, right?
Yeah.
Multi-billion-dollar manufacturing industry here.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a company called Trident Seafoods?
No, I haven't heard.
Trident Seafoods out of Ballard, multi-billion-dollar seafood company.
Wow.
They have they have stuff in China everywhere, right? Multi-billion-dollar company, right? There's so many. I want to bet there's more multi-billion-dollar companies here in the Seattle area than anywhere else in the world.
You
I think so.
Okay.
I have no proof of it, but
you know it.
Yeah, it's like at least top 5, right?
It's a gut feeling. Yeah.
I mean, at least an iconic multi-billion-dollar company. Maybe it's like multi-billion-dollar company, like some multi-billion-dollar furniture company, like Nashville, Tennessee, no one's heard about, right?
Right.
For iconic companies like Boeing, Amazon, Microsoft, Expedia.
Yeah. There's like the company I work for. I'm like, man, I didn't even know this was that big. I just went in for an interview. I just needed a gig, and I'm like, this is a Fortune 200 company. I'm like, dang.
Yeah. And then we ain't top of the music scene here.
Yeah, the music scene.
Live music everywhere. Like Quincy Jones was here, all the grunge stuff, you know.
Yeah. Like when you watch the movie Ray.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, this is a hood, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Seattle has a lot of stuff. I can joke around like this is bad to joke, right? But it's like when God created Seattle, like, man, I made Seattle so dope.
Yeah.
I gotta fuck something up.
Yeah.
Make it rain all the time.
Make it rain.
Like they get no sun.
Yeah.
They get the iconic companies, the this, and that, but they have no sun.
Yeah.
Can't make it perfect.
And then it's like, back to kind of like back in the day rap, like my posse's on Broadway.
Oh yeah. I love that song. It's one of my top songs. Yeah,
Oh, shit,
that I like that song way better than "Baby I Got Back."
Yeah.
Posse on Broadway. That's a hit right there. Yeah.
That's that funk right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually drive down Broadway pumping it. Yeah.
Okay. It's like it's changed, I'm sure, since back then.
Yeah.
But, there's a ton here. I think it's really America's hidden gem.
Yeah.
If you like, a lot of people come here and they come here a little and then they leave. They get scared. Like I've had my own experiences with people I know. They're like, I can't do it anymore. It's too much. The weather, blah blah. If they get past all that,
Yeah.
you never know what can come out of here. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of opportunities here, right?
Yeah.
And of course, like, it's a shithole sometimes. Yeah, it's a shithole sometimes, right?
But, it's a shithole in them other places too. So.
I don't know. I think Seattle have it taken, right? Like, so I've been in this area since like 2009, right? I came with the military, right?
Right.
I always hear like people say or whatever, like, back when Seattle was nice. Like, dude, I've been there like 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
When the fuck was it nice, right?
Okay, what is it?
Yeah, like I never walked down the street like without some, lack of better term, riffraff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they bother you, they don't bother you, right? But like you keep to yourself, but it's
Yeah, it's different. I had to get used to it. Like when I come down, I'm like, because I like to hang around in this area.
You gotta have a mind. You gotta have like head on a swivel sometimes, right?
Yeah, but
like I never had anything happen. It was like on the news, hey, someone got killed. Oh, so that's 3 blocks from my office. Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah,
but then again, am I gonna be here like 3 a.m? Probably not.
Probably not.
If I am, I'm here like doing some work or have a meeting, right?
Yeah, or locked in.
Yeah.
And, and then you leave out when it's.
I'm not running walking out with the zombies at 3 a.m.
Nah.
That shit ain't happening. Yeah. No.
But
no.
I think you let people be. They're in their space. They're doing their own thing, and just let people be.
Yeah. So for your company, right? How much responsibility do you have, like, make things better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you like I know some companies they'll say like, I make shoes. Every pair of shoes you buy, I give a pair of shoes like someone poor, like whatever money I make, I do 1%.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that people should be doing, or is like just based, like you said, based on your own what you think? I know some people say, hey, my company employs 50 people, and those 50 people have mortgages where their families are taken care of, right? That's my giving back, right?
Right. I mean, like right now we're working, like I'm starting a prison initiative, prison program, and I'm doing with my buddy. I think I mentioned him earlier. He's still like he writes me. I send him some stock books. I make sure I send him one every. The restriction is there. I can only send him like one a month. Yeah,
but that's insane.
Yeah,
what type of shit is that?
They confiscated one of them. Like, so I
there's a limit on books in the prison.
Those types of books.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. So they kind of like.
It must be a southern prison.
You know it. Down south vibe.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but that's one of my things. I'm really big on that. I think people make mistakes in life. They get incarcerated, and then they are let out to do what?
Oops.
They let out to do what? So we want to try to teach them, at least the basics of investing, because if you got a rap sheet, you could still open a stock account.
Yeah.
Versus going to these different places. Like, nah, we don't want you because you did this.
Yeah. So I have no idea what friends in prison for, but one of my pet peeves always been like all these people like in prison for selling marijuana, right? But there's all these multi-million-dollar companies making multi-million dollars. Yeah. In like Washington, Colorado. And don't get me wrong, making money right, but like me personally, I would like, okay, I'm making millions of dollars. I'm gonna like take 1%, like pick some random dudes. Hey, I'm paying for your defense lawyer, right? Yeah. I don't know. That's just ethically. I like, I'll just sit right with me, right?
Yeah. That like that's our initiative. Like we feel like when we invest, the larger we grow, we want to definitely get some type of program going that they can do while incarcerated, because there's a lot of time there. And then if these young men and women don't use their time to build upon something, they'll get in trouble, they'll get back out. The recidivism rate is like I get out, but at least if they're learning about stocks or they learn something in there, they can get out and kind of have that under their belt. And like, okay, I can do this.
So I just had a crazy thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, like Washington is like per marijuana is illegal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And Texas is illegal, right?
Yeah.
So a couple of days ago, this player for the Cowboys, Calvin Turner, he got arrested for smoking dope, right?
Okay.
And I'm thinking, man, and he's actually free. This is last year's contract. I'm the Seahawks. He's really good, like receiver. He's the good, like top number one returner, right?
Right.
Like he's like 5'9", like super fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm the Seahawks, I'm like, hey, dude, it's legal here.
Okay, come with me.
It's legal here.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's legal here to smoke all whatever you want, right?
A little bit, and that's the thing, you know. And we could go on for hours about how the South.
Yeah, and like I know Texas just passed a law. They like like criminalizing all again, right? That's insanity, right? Dude, what are you fucking doing, right?
Yeah, like you know, you're destroying, you know, people's lives.
And plus, like I'm a veteran, like like it's been proven that marijuana, edibles, like cures PTSD, cures depression, you know.
Yep.
I don't know, right? It's like, what's the thing? No one started a fight when they're high, right?
Right. Exactly.
At least not high on marijuana.
Right.
Maybe they're high on heroin, maybe just start a fight. Yeah.
Start a fight.
Yeah.
But, you know, you chilling when you on THC or whatever.
I just don't get it right. And it's not for everyone, you know. Like, it's not for everyone, you know. It affects people differently. It's like drinking affects people different ways, you know.
Yeah.
You have to know your limitations and know. Yeah, I don't know, right? It's. Yeah, I think like 24 states is legal now.
Right. And you know, and then some states did it. You know, like I'm from Florida. Like it should definitely be legal there. I mean, you have all these.
It's. I mean, it's like I grew up in Texas. It's like it's everywhere, right? It's like, damn, dude, like.
It's like South Beach with no marijuana.
Yeah, all you're doing is like making it like having like the gangster seller, right? Versus like a. And then if you have like the weed shops, right? I mean, the like legal weed shop, you know, it's like high quality, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Versus like some random shit.
That you don't know what.
That's one thing. Like when I was growing up, like. You went to the random dude in the corner, right? Didn't know the quality, right? The shit now, like, goddamn, dude, like, what the fuck is this, right?
Okay.
Like, damn.
Like, what is, like, this is not.
Now it's like, you know, do you want to feel, like, happy, sad, whatever? Like, you need energetic. You want to be creative. Like, damn, dude.
Like, all these options? What?
It's too much.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was either, like, Dro or whatever.
Yeah.
Was the
whatever the guy had.
Like,
what the guy had. There's too many six. Hey, that's what I got today.
If you want something else, come back tomorrow, right? That's how it was. Yeah.
Oh, no. It's insanity, right?
Yeah.
Can it be bad for you? It can be, you know. I mean, it's not addictive, but you know, like, of course, like some people, like if you smoke, some people I don't smoke, they like this, don't have like no will at all. Some people like drive smoking like they're like I don't know.
Yeah, you know, it's what works for you. You know, if it helps you feel better, I mean, why not?
It was sad. Texas was so close. Most like all the big cities of Texas were decriminalized. You know, like I mean. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tricky with that whole thing, you know.
Is that a good investment?
Weed?
Yeah.
Weed stocks?
Yeah.
Weed stocks been quiet for a long time.
Has it?
You know, and just looking from like the market and how cycles work. Mm-hmm. Investing in what's quiet, I guess. Yeah. And I'm not, like I said, I don't give investment advice. Yeah. That's not my thing, but. If you see people, everybody we smoking weed and it's legal and this and that, and it's been very quiet, and you got a stock maybe like Tilray that was way up there, and now it's like pennies. I mean, what could it hurt? Yeah.
So, is there anything I should ask you that I didn't ask you, or anything else you want to talk about?
I think you touched on quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Like this has been fun, Jason.
Good.
I mean, I was you know, you be a little nervous, but yeah, it's been fun. I think you know. Running a startup, you know, being an African American woman is definitely a challenge. It's different. We don't really get a lot of the money, VC money. I think and
it's getting worse, right?
Yeah, right now it's like, you know, like less than 1%. It's a small number. Yeah. And
I know people like Evan trying to fix it though.
Yeah, and that's good, and that really gives us the, you know, the momentum to keep going when you see people that actually care about, you know, this initiative and getting us putting us on the map. So. You know, it's all about. So
how can people reach out to you and get in touch with you?
Oh, they can. I mean, I have my Facebook page for OUInvest. It's a company page. My LinkedIn is always open. We have OUInvest, and my personal page, Bridge Jackson, on LinkedIn. Instagram, I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, if I was like Cardi B, I could get my Instagram followers, but we do have Instagram. It's OUInvest.ai Instagram.
Okay. So last thing we got out here, can you give us advice on wisdom? Anything you want to talk about?
Advice and wisdom? I mean, just never give up on what you got going on. Just be steadfast in the approach. You know, the life is gonna happen. You know, that's inevitable. You know, like I suffered some losses a couple of weeks ago, and you know, you just gotta keep going and trust that the universe has your best interest at heart. That's all the advice I can say. Don't listen like people gonna tell you this and that, but when you lay down at night and close your eyes and know that you know, like, you feel like you're gonna be up on Wall Street ringing the bell with your company, then that's what it is. That's what it'll be. It may take some time, but it'll be.
Bridge, thanks for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you having me on, Jason.
And to our listeners, thank you for your time as well. Remember to be great every day.